Hi, my name is Dmitriy Zakharov, and I'm the author of a book about organizations and the future. The book explores the intersections of organizations, uncertainty, and thinking about the future. I was compelled to write this book because what I was observing from all sorts of organizations, including some really critical ones that many of us rely on, was endemic short-term thinking. What's more, as the pace of change was increasing and uncertainty was growing, the reaction seemed to be even greater focus on the immediate. Something I hit on as I was looking at how organizations today make sense of the world and try to manage their environment is the idea of organizational languages. There are lots of different languages out there. Humans, of course, have natural languages that we use to conceptualize ideas and communicate them among one another. What I found was that organizations have their own languages that serve a similar purpose. The book includes stories and insights from people who've been working at the intersection of these ideas of organizations, how they manage uncertainty, and how foresight structures systematic thinking about the future. I talked to academics like Andy Hines from the University of Houston. I spoke with practitioners of foresight and strategy within organizations, such as Kat Tully from the School of International Futures, or Amy Zalman, who worked on strategy for the US government and now has her own consultancy. The coolest story I share in the book is about how Brian David Johnson, who was the chief futurist at Intel, was able to use foresight to understand how a silicon chip would need to function 10 years out into the future in order to successfully be part of the first line of smart TVs. My hope for this book is that readers come away from it resolved to make the institutions they are invested in future fluent. They can start with themselves by taking advantage of the resources in the book and incorporating them into their own thinking and decision-making. They can also start working to understand what sort of future thinking, if any, their employer or the nonprofits that they care about or any other organizations are actually engaged in right now, and then they can start advocating for those institutions to do better. You will like this book if you've been paying attention to how institutions have been responding to our rapidly changing world and don't like what you see. If you're bothered by the short-term thinking that organizations we rely on have been demonstrating and want to do something about it. My name is Dmitry Zakharov, and my book is about how organizations can use foresight to successfully manage increasing uncertainty and accelerating global change.